Hello, day 8 of the Visibility Project. Thank you for coming back today. I want to talk about something embarrassing that I'm a little embarrassed to tell you, is that I've been feeling embarrassed my whole life. Like, that is not hyperbolic. I have been embarrassed about fucking everything. I feel like embarrassed before things happen, thinking about being embarrassed. It's so stupid. Okay, not trying to be so judgmental, but it is really annoying. I will say that. I have worked past it in many ways, and I used to be, always just feeling like people are gonna think something bad about me. They're gonna, I'm gonna say the wrong word and they're gonna think I'm dumb. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth and they're gonna think, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm gonna do something that is gonna fundamentally change how people see me or think about me. I have had a really hard time. If let's say I put out an Instagram post. I feel fine, I put it out, and then I think, oh my God, it's so embarrassing that I put this out. This is embarrassing. When I go back to read it, I feel anxiety that I'm gonna read the caption and I'm gonna have misspelled something, or I'm gonna look stupid, or this thing won't work, and I'm embarrassed. And it's this overactive, annoying thing, and it's part of why I'm doing these 100 days, right? Is that I'm trying to push past and work past this feeling of, I want to be seen, I want to share, I want to connect with you, I want to help, I want to do all this stuff. I'm deeply envious of the people doing the work that I want to do, but yet I feel fucking embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. I feel like people are gonna think I'm cringy, I'm a tryhard, I am putting myself out there. Like the random people, I always think about random people are gonna come across my stuff and be like, oh my God, you see what she's doing? Well, I'm fucking embarrassing. And it's like, first of all, then that's not for them. This isn't for them. I'm not for them. And I understand that. I am wanting to give something to someone who wants to receive it. And if people think that's embarrassing, I'm trying to be okay with that. So I talk about this with clients a lot, is not letting thoughts or feelings or parts of ourselves that aren't really our true self drive the bus. Think about your true self is driving a bus, and there's seats all behind you, and all of your thoughts and feelings and reactions can take a seat. You can have that embarrassment. Okay, there's embarrassment, have a seat back there, but my true self is gonna drive this bus, which means I'm showing up, I'm doing this video series, I'm doing the work, I can feel the embarrassment. And I had this thought, like, my reaction to embarrassment is outsized in the sense that if I feel it, I feel like I need to shut down and I need to stop what I'm doing immediately, or take the post down, or hide, or retreat, or, I don't know, like feel cringe and freak out and whatever. But it's a feeling of retreat, right? It's a feeling of hide, of you can't be seen. You cannot be seen. I will say, I feel like humiliation was a big part of what I went through in terms of my sexual abuse. That this feeling of humiliation, this feeling of people see, my chair keeps spinning. Stay still, stay still. If people see this in me, it will be the most humiliating thing. That is such a core feeling of it for me, humiliation. I felt that so intensely during the period of abuse, and it just hung over me all the time. I'm terrified, as a child, terrified of humiliation. Could scan for it. The best way to avoid it was to shut the fuck up, right? Like, if I don't talk, if I don't make a peep, if people don't see me, I won't be humiliated. I almost tied the feeling subconsciously to what was going on secretly. Like, they see this somehow, that someone's making fun of me for this thing, and it taps all the humiliation that I've shoved down and tried to not been able to make sense of. And I feel like that comes up now as this feeling of embarrassment around being seen. I am really comfortable being open and vulnerable in my relationships. I am totally comfortable being goofy and weird and dark and all that. Now, how this is playing out is more about this public area of making a video in my office in a corner by myself and putting it on the internet. Like, embarrassing, you know? So I had this epiphany the other day. My kids are, at the time of this video, 2.5 and 4. They are hilarious. And one day they were taking all of the chairs from in my mom's house and putting them in a giant line and pretending like it was a train, which was fun, right? Fun. And commanding that, you know, my husband and we all sit and pretend like it's a train. And my 2-year-old was saying, I'm conductor. And then he would sit on the train, and then he would go running off around, and then he would move the chairs, and then he'd go off, but then he'd scream at us that he was the conductor and he was driving the train. And it was pretty cute and funny and, you know, chaotic. But I had this thought, like, letting my embarrassment drive the train of my life, giving it that power, is like giving my 2-year-old the power to drive my life. It fucking chaos, right? Emotions here and there, like nonsensical. You know, it's funny at times. You're like, it makes no sense what you're crying about, and honestly, like, that's what you're supposed to be doing at this age and stage, is figuring out emotion regulation. But if I am letting my feelings of embarrassment and worries of humiliation get in that seat, and I put my true self and my calling and my passions behind that, I'm just riding this crazy, chaotic wave of reaction and honestly letting this really young, traumatized part of myself have way too much power. So I offer this to you as an idea of, what does it look like when you are really being driven by an emotion or a thought, right? For me, maybe the thought is, if I put myself out there, I am going to make a fool of myself, or people are going to think I don't even know. Honestly, it's a little irrational, but if I put myself out there, people are going to think I'm a cringe monster. I love that expression. I just made it up. But like, fucking cringe monster. They're going to think I'm a cringe monster, and I'm, you know, sorry, low battery. They're definitely going to think I don't know how to make a video, but that I'm kind of okay with. So if I let that thought be what I merge to, and I let it guide me and be the truth, I'm never going to do the thing. If I let my embarrassment be the thing, okay, I put the video out, I start posting, and then I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle it. I feel so embarrassed, and I take it all down. I'm just like, I'm riding this wave of never actually getting traction and moving forward in what I want to move forward in. So our thoughts are just thoughts. Our feelings are not facts. They come and they go. Let's put them on the back of the bus. It doesn't mean we're saying they can't be here. I'm going to take my embarrassment. I'm going to take that little girl that was embarrassed and humiliated and wrap my arms around her and be like, sister, I got you. I'm not going to abandon you, and I'm not going to embarrass you. And we can handle those feelings. Like, let's do something different. And let the true capital S self be the driver of the ship, not the 2-year-old going, I'm conductor, and running around like a little, a little crazy psychopath. He's not a psychopath, he's the cutest. But anyway, I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Let's do this for 100 days, and I hope you're finding some value out of this. If there's anything that you're dying to learn more about, let me know so I can add that and maybe give some content or do some workshops on that. Okay, bye.